Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything. I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor. If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth. A message from Truth, the Ad Council, and ONDCP.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
To join the conversation, call 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Zach Hill, your co-host. If you're just tuning in, joining us, we have Christian from Rough Riders with us today.
Morning.
And our adoptable dog this week is Hagrid. Lovely little pup hiding under the table here.
Well, not so little, but...
Did you say little? I took a couple pictures, folks, and posted them on the page so you can see what he looks like and how he's all mellow out and just spread out under the table. Go ahead, Zach.
A lovable little dog. And we also have Krista Povek here with Loca Fitness.
How are you, Zach?
Doing well, thank you. And our host, of course, Anita Foster with Business Connections with Anita.
Thank you so much, Zach, for bringing us back in. You did a great job, and we're glad to have you as a co-host. We need the help, and I'm so thankful for you. Krista, last time we were talking at the beginning of the year about goals. And I've made some.
Tell me.
I paid off my car.
What?
So my car's paid.
That's not a made a goal. That's a expedited your goal. Good for you.
So my car is completely paid off and I own it. It was a bachelor's present. I got a bachelor's degree and I bought that vehicle kind of as a birthday bachelor's degree present to myself. It's got low miles. It's always been a great car for me. I have a Jeep Cherokee.
Good for you.
And it has all the goodies I want. And so I'm pretty proud of that because, I've struggled with my employment for a while. So that's a huge, burden off of me.
Wow.
Huge burden.
That was just 3 months ago.
I know. And then, the more guests.
I know. Things are blowing up.
Yep. And that's about there's probably other little ones in there that I'm not mentioning. But, once you say it and put it out there, then it starts a motion, I think.
I think so, too.
And then it just
and you just keep moving one foot in front of the other and helping people and keeping all of the energy going that way. And, I mean, shoot, look at it. Look at it.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep, God's going to lift me up. I just know it.
Fantastic.
And we have a wonderful doggone tired dog in here today.
He hasn't done much today. I don't know why he's so tired. But
well, it may be the weather, a little rainy out there and stuff.
Could be.
But tell me about him and tell me his story.
Yeah, so Hagrid, we pulled from the Ramona shelter down in Southern California. He was brought in as a stray. Not much was known about him, but he needed what was called entropion surgery. So his eyelashes were growing back into his eyes.
Poor thing.
And for them down there, because they're so overcrowded, it's cheaper and more efficient to put the dog down as opposed to give them the help that they need. So with the help of one of our partner rescues down there, we got him pulled, got the surgery done, got him fixed, vaccinated, and brought him back up here where he is now available for adoption. And he is basically a 100-pound lapdog. He's a big Mastiff pit mix, blue color, so, a dark gray. And, he does great with kids. He does wonderful with other animals, adults. His one quirk is that he has major separation anxiety. So we have to take him to doggy daycare, or we have to bring him with us wherever we go. The nice thing is that Kristen Ivy and her team down at Canine Rehabilitation Center and Sanctuary has agreed to work with us and get him trained out of that behavior. And so we're going to be taking him down there a couple times during the week. They're going to promote him for adoption. And then anybody who does adopt him will have basically lifetime continued training to help him with that little quirk of his.
Yeah. I can understand why he has that problem.
Yeah,
you know. You get left, you kind of get that. My dog has that, actually, and now she's getting into the, we've talked about her attitude, but she's older, and she's getting separation anxiety, and she doesn't tear stuff up or do any of that, but she just hounds me for hours in the evening, and whines and
just wants the attention.
Just wants the attention. She's a lot better if I'm home all day long. She doesn't cause me no issues, but I love her to death, and I'm really going to miss her when I have to say goodbye. I know it's coming, but I don't want to. But you have a couple other dogs.
Yeah.
Mickey, is it Mickey?
Mickey and Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so their owner reached out to me. They live in Fernley, and they unfortunately received a court order recently that they had too many dogs in their home. They have 5 dogs. Apparently, they're only allowed to have 3. And so she reached out to us to find out if we could rehome Mickey and Jada. And of course, she's heartbroken. They're members of the family. They're very sweet dogs, and so we found foster homes for them in the meantime. But we're looking for those permanent homes that somebody can take them in, love them. They both are pretty mellow, hit mixes. One's brindle, the other's black. Black, and. They like a lot of pitties, lay around most of the day, need a little bit of exercise, but not a whole lot, and, tend to be just wonderful dogs.
I have a friend back in Indiana, my best friend, Wendy. She contacted me because she's going to have to move, and she has a Weimaraner. And she's like, Anita, I don't want to have to give up my dog, but I have to.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I could feel the heartbreak, Yeah. So even 2,000 miles away, business connections with Anita, I used to do a volunteer for developing a website for One Dog at a Time Rescue.
Oh, great.
And so I know Julie, the founder and president of that organization, and Wendy's actually met her a couple of times. And so I connected them two.
That's great.
Because I know that Julie will take care, of a fostering for that dog, and they will find it a good home. So One Dog at a Time Rescue there in Warsaw, Indiana.
And foster's always the preferred alternative to shelter.
Yes.
The good news about here is that our shelters here in the Reno proper area are all no-kill. So you don't have to worry about that, but it's still a shelter environment. A lot of dogs, a lot of anxiety, so anytime foster can play a role, it's always
and they
preferred.
catch other things from other dogs in them shelters, and then, it just spreads like wildfire, I don't know. It's kind of like the homeless shelters here, they're running out of places to put people, and things run rapid in those places, and we don't think about all the things. It's not just about freezing. It's not just about worrying about what to get to eat. It's about surviving while you're trying to get a little nap in.
Well, and the mental health, too.
Yeah.
Some of those dogs are really sensitive, and it takes a toll.
Yeah, my dog actually was given to me when she was 7 years old, and the owner had brought her in and dropped her off with me at the salon. So she has, she gets worried, if I take her somewhere she's not familiar with or whatever, she thinks I'm going to leave her. I would never leave her. Ever.
And that's actually what we dealt with the Ohio dogs. We got the dogs out there. One of the other dogs ended up turning on his brother, and we couldn't take him to Ohio. And so last week we were able to get him to a foster home up in Oregon. And, he's out of that shelter situation, but, he was there for 3 months and went what they call kennel crazy. And so now he's, on a big ranch with emu and geese and horses and other dogs, and he's thrilled.
And that's got to warm your heart, Christian, to know that that dog is living the life.
It does, and we had a chance to bring him by to meet or to see his male owner, who's over at Renown Hospital.
Oh.
And they were involved in a major car accident, and that's the whole reason they were in the shelter. And just that reuniting of Brutus and his dad, that was heartwarming.
Yeah. Now, those dogs were with the man that was in the accident?
They were. They were somehow thrown clear of the truck, and he was out in the middle of nowhere. He was there for 6 to 7 hours, and the dogs just circled the truck, protecting him until help finally came.
Wow.
That's crazy. Now, Southern Cal, how do you say it? Southern Cal Rescue Run this weekend. You're bringing back.
Yeah, so we're going down to Southern California, and we've got 4 dogs we're bringing back. 2 of them for Dublin's Dream, Heather, our friend over there.
Yes.
Diego and Pepper. And those poor dogs, they're little mixes, maybe Chihuahua. But in any case, they were found in an abandoned RV with 30 other dogs.
Oh my God.
And so Furry Flights of Freedom, who's the rescue down there in Southern California, got Diego and Pepper pulled. And then I'm going to be transporting them up here for Dublin's Dream.
Awesome.
And then the other 2 dogs are coming actually fresh off a flight from Thailand.
Wow.
And they were saved from the Phuket Government Dog Pound, which is, the lesser of 2 evils. Unfortunately, a lot of dogs go to market are treated as livestock in that area. And so luckily these 2 dogs are coming in. We're pulling them for Marley's Mutts, who are located in Kern County, and bringing them back up here. And so that's Smiler and Sweet Pea, both mixed breeds. Not exactly sure what they are, but they are well adjusted for what they've dealt with. They can be in an area for 8 hours at a time, not destroy anything. They're house trained for some weird reason, and and of course they're spayed, neutered, up to date on shots, vaccines, and they will be available for adoption as well. And so we'll be putting information up there on those guys as soon as they're here.
Perfect. You got a lot going on, and I know you need donations to help with your transport of these animals to their destinations. So how can people get in hold of you and donate and do all that good stuff?
Yeah, so the easiest thing is to go to our website, roughriders.org. We've got a couple donation pages set up for not only the Ohio run, which we're still trying to get some expenses paid for on that. We've set up a bit.ly link, which is bit.ly/Ohio Pups. And then for the rescue run that's coming up to Southern California, we set up a link, and that's also bit.ly/rescue run 0319.
Okay, great. I'm so glad that you brought this sweet dog in here today. He's passed out. Under the table, passed out. See, people tell me I have a piece about me, and this is proof. People, we're getting ready to go to a break. Stay tuned and listen to a word from our sponsors.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Ponderosa Meats, the anchor of Midtown since 1954. USDA choice, USDA prime cut. Ponderosa grass-fed beef. Call 775-322-4063. Ponderosa Meats, tradition, quality, and prime service.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
Looking for family entertainment? How about remote-controlled car racing on Nevada's largest indoor dirt track? Whippet RC Raceway and Hobbies. No equipment or racing skill is necessary. Rental cars are available and the staff will instruct you. All ages are welcome with classes for beginners, weekly races, and a monthly competition with a $100 cash prize. Want to buy your own 1/10 scale RC car or need parts on repairs? Whippet has a full hobby shop featuring recognized brands like Lowesley, Associated, Traxxas, Axial, and more, and now carries drones and drone parts. Whippet is the perfect venue for birthday parties or company and other special events. That's Whippet RC Raceway and Hobbies, located at 1005 Standard Street off Panther Drive exit in North Reno. Give them a call today at 775-686-8415. On Facebook and Instagram, search for Whip It RC, offering family fun for everyone 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday.
Gimme candy. Gimme candy. Gimme candy, USA.
Gimme Candy, Sunburst, Choco Rocks, Salted Caramel Pretzel Bites, Dark Chocolate Espressos, Choco Pistachios, Gimme Candy Coated Almonds, Hot Rocks, and Nevada Rocks. Gimme Candy, everyone loves Gimme Candy. Get Gimme at 7-Elevens, Reno, Incline Village, Truckee, Sparks, Sun Valley, and Carson City. Gimme Candy. Thanks for a great year. Visit Gimme Candy, 405 Edison Way, Reno. Gimme Candy and 7-Eleven. Gimme Candy.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Art Dogs and Grace. There is no other place since 1991, man. Art Dogs and Grace. Awesome American-made glass and killer CBD. Veterans discount. Art Dogs and Grace on Vassar, west of Wells.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
To find out what's hot and happening, join Lady J for Smooth Jazz Tune-Up.
Join me Saturdays, 10 to noon, here on America Matters.
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Zach Hill, your co-host. If you're just tuning in to join us today, we've got Haggard the Adoptable Dog here with Christian from roughriders.org, Krista Povek from Loca Fitness, and the host of the show of Business Connections with Anita Foster.
Thank you, Zach. You're doing an awesome job. I have to tell you. I am so thankful you don't even know. Krista, you've been in this nutrition. You do fitness too. You're a fitness coach. And it's all online, so it doesn't matter where in the world people live. You can connect them and get them going.
100%.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
Gosh, let's see. How I got started in fitness.
Yeah.
So back in high school and college, I think I did every diet there was out there. Coming from a family who was not into fitness, I was just looking and searching. So did everything. I did everything. Name it, I did it. Cabbage soup, Atkins, Weight Watchers, blah, blah. And then when I got pregnant, I thought, there's probably a better way than to eat 500 calories a day and be pregnant at the same time. So I searched it, and I'm just apt to study. So I got certified in nutrition and fitness. And it was a really interesting way to do it because the way I teach is matching protein, carbs, and fats at every single meal. So you've got a blood sugar stabilization the whole day long.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say something. Oh, there he is.
He's moving the chair around.
He's just going for a little ride here. But I was going to ask, how long have you been doing this then?
15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I bet you've seen some transformations.
I've seen some pretty cool stuff. And the real reason that I learned to do it the right way was for my kids. And seeing them, having a teenage daughter go through junior high and high school and never do a crash diet, I consider that success. Like, I'd be happy if that was what happened.
Right.
And she would come home and tell me, Mom, all these girls are not eating anything all day. And it was just awesome that she knows how to do it. And they've both been athletes, both my kids, my daughter and my son. They know how to fuel their bodies. That's not even a topic. Like, I can't even imagine going through all of that and being a teenager, because I know I missed probably half of what was going on around me because I was so involved.
Well, and that helps their skin too. When they become teenagers, they really struggle with being a esthetician.
Yes.
With pimples and acne, and some
100%.
of those can leave permanent scars because they can't leave them alone.
That's
so
right.
proper eating helps with that a lot.
100%. Proper eating helps with everything. Stress, sleep, physical activity, performance, the way you think, the way you study, the way you absorb information, the way you interact with people, social anxiety. I mean, it's a wonder to me why we don't just teach better options when we can.
Because there's not as much money in that.
Well, good point, Zach. Good point. Oh, it's a business show, right?
Let's prescribe this to deal with that, right? When we could just be eating right.
Well, and the thing is, I've got fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed really early, and diet is one of the key factors to turning around my entire life. You know, I went from a whole slew of medicines down to basically one now, between diet and exercise
as
major contributing factors.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel good. So awesome.
Right.
So awesome.
Living proof right here that your diet can change your life. It can help with diabetes too, I know.
100%.
You know, you could be on insulin and just changing your diet can just take you down. You
100%.
know, to, you know, just needing maybe a pill or nothing at all. Depends on what level you are, right?
It's so true.
I mean, of course, you would want to consult your doctor first. If you're, I don't go to doctors.
Well, that sounds like a whole nother show.
Well, I rely on Jesus to heal me, so you know, and I'm proud of that, and I think it shows in my spirit when I'm around people. So I don't worry about it anymore, and I'm just growing.
Good for you.
I understand you have well, speaking of studying. You and your husband are on a venture, and you went back to school. What are you going for?
I had no idea this venture would be so big. We both signed up for Louisiana State University's MBA program online. Nice. So we're both working full-time, and then come home and hit the books. And it's an accelerated program, so I know it's awesome to have a built-in study partner, but we're both like, okay, week 2, we got to find some way to tackle this. So it's we're taking it day to day, but I really think in the end it's going to be amazing. Completely rewarding, yeah.
Awesome.
So your date nights are turning into study.
Oh, you have no idea. The kitchen table looks like a conference hall. It's just so funny. Yes, Zach, good point.
But what a great goal, because it takes shared vision in a good marriage, I think. I drew a picture like that one time.
It's so fun.
I had a bride and a groom, and I had an eyeball. They were holding it, and it was called shared vision, because if you both don't have the same vision, you're not going to move together in the right direction. You're going to start splitting paths, and then that's why we have all these issues in our world today.
100%.
You know? So I think it's important to be on that page with your significant other.
It's been fun.
And grow together. That'll be so fun when you guys get through. When are you supposed to graduate?
December.
Oh, that's not too far away.
No, so
unfortunately.
Field trip to Louisiana to walk the stage.
There you go.
There you go.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I did all my degrees online, and it was accelerated. So I understand what you're going through. There's a crunch time and discussion boards to be on and to answer and do and be. But you know, if you put into words on the computer and people read those, sometimes it can help spark inspiration in someone else. So, you know, those discussion boards are really actually pretty important.
They're so new to me, and it's not a post where you can just creatively write. It's
150
you have to have
words.
Citations and references, and I'm like, oh wow, I need to collect my thoughts here. It's fun though. I know once I get that skill down, it's going to be.
I'm being
easier.
Converted from a college writer to a content writer, and I'm having a really hard time with it.
I'm going the other way. I'm going content to college. You can't just throw marketing out there. Your professor's reading this, so let's make it substantial. Yeah.
Right. And hey, we should get together and share ideas. I used to write an APA.
Okay.
So if you ever need anybody to look over your paper, I'd be willing to.
Awesome.
Just to let you know. Always good to have other set of eyes run through it. You have a new program you want to tell us about. We have about 4 minutes.
Okay.
We can wait until after the break to go over that if you want, or
whatever.
You can talk about the other programs and we can lead into that, whatever you want to do.
Cool. Well, so my goal, you kind of opened all this with goals. My goal was to reach more people. So one-on-one coaching is always open. I mean, that's the name of the game when you need some help and you have somebody in your corner. But so now I'm doing groups and group challenges, and that has been so much fun and so rewarding. And it's geared toward women because I think women kind of need a blueprint. I've noticed that guys can kind of navigate and execute, and as women, we get a little more wrapped up in, well, what about this program? What about this? And what about It's so easy to get distracted, especially with all the stuff out there. So
yeah, because you get to a point you don't know who to believe.
Oh my gosh.
It's so overwhelming.
Yes. So much noise. And so many people with convictions about their program, and maybe their program is not the best fit. So, so challenges right now. I'm on the second one, and we're seeing huge results, and it's been so eye-opening for a lot of these people.
That's awesome.
Which
Do you
makes me
take
feel really
before
good.
and after pictures of these things?
I have them do it. If they want to share it with me, they can. But we do measurements every week, and then check-ins, and the challenge is a lot of like recipes and ideas and exercise. I post videos if they want to do that, or they can do their own program. I mean, whatever's going to, you're going to stick with whatever you like. So just mapping out a way to have a daily routine is pretty much what this is about.
And I was going to ask you real quick here. Let's say I sign up for a program on your website, which is fitlocafitness.com, correct?
Right.
And I'm into it, and then life happens, and I'm all out of whack in my lifestyle. Is your program, can I switch to a different one that's going to fit me better? Is it cost more to switch? What's the deal on that?
The backbone of all the programs is the same. So it's all based around protein, fat, and carbs every 3 hours and daily activity. What we do with that to make you successful would require some kind of a conversation, but I would always pick up where we left off if you've already prepaid or if you decide you want to try something new. The only difference with people is how long you do like the introductory detox phase. Some people, if they're heavy smokers, if they use a lot of alcohol, if they eat a lot of sugar, they might need more than 1 week of that. But other than that, it's the same for everybody, from teenagers to older people. It's all pretty much the same. I'm not saying the same amount of foods, but same principles. It's the same.
Right. The basics are the same throughout the programs.
Yeah.
And what else was I going to, you said something and it sparked like something and then psst, there it went. But that's all right. We just got like a minute before we go to our next break, so I'm looking over my questions because I don't want to ask you a question and then have to go into leaving it.
Yes.
Yes. So I asked you about the lifestyles. How long are the programs typically?
This is built around sort of being a launch, and so teaching the principles and teaching someone, even eliminating foods that make them sensitive. Some people like to do it for a month. Some people like to do it for 2 months. I've had some people with me for 6 months because they like just having a coach in their pocket, so to speak. And the women who have done the 8-week program, they've signed up for another 8-week program because they want to just keep going and get to the next level. And I think when your comfort level of developing habits happens, that's kind of when you can take a test run and say, maybe I can just do this on my own.
And they say about 30 days to change a habit, right?
I think it really depends on what you're dealing with, like what deep-seated, a lot of people have tastes for things that are built in. Maybe they're not the best thing for their body, but they need to tackle that.
Well, and some foods have emotions behind it, so it's a little harder to give it up.
100%.
Like ice cream, or I'm not an ice cream person, but I've seen people, when they're upset or depressed or whatever, they get the tub of Tom and Jerry's and sit down and eat it.
There's something about that.
I don't know.
Sugar rush, right? Sugar hits
100%.
the endorphins and gives us that excited feeling, and that's hard to replace.
It is hard to replace.
Yeah, we need to find things to replace that, which is part of the 8-week program.
Okay, folks, we're getting ready to go to a break, and stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Hello, mates. James Bond 007 here from Scotland Yard Spy Shop, where you're educated and fully operative. Training for your security devices and spy needs. Ring Dave, Scotland Yard Spy Shop, 775-323-3232.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
The Delta and Bonanzas will be handled by their experienced staff with your every expectation in mind, including cakes, flowers, photography, videography, music, and party amenities. Complete ceremony and reception packages are available, as well as their famous themed weddings. Since 1865, the Delta and Bonanza Saloon's guests have come from every state in the Union. Now it's your turn. No event is too large or too small. Let the Delta and Bonanza Saloons plan your next incredible event. Call Jesse at 775-847-0789.
Destination Midtown. Experience the difference. Reno's premier shopping extravaganza. Everything imaginable and more. Midtown matters. Get down to Midtown.
Meccano Home Decor and Garden, worldwide one-of-a-kind maker store, reinventing Americana art, upcycle style. Meccano Artistry, making Nevada pieces relevant through recreation and unique vision. 1350 South Virginia.
Midtown Reno. Experience the difference. Get down to Midtown. Midtown matters.
At A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe styles and sizes for both men and women. From all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes, our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support, and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by A Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and allow the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Want to expand your advertising dollar? Sponsor this or any America Matters program by calling 775-827-8900, extension 2. Now back to the show.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Zach Hill, your co-host this morning. Along with us today, for those just joining, is Krista Povek from Fit Local Fitness, Christian from roughriders.org, and our lovely adoptable dog, Hagrid. And, of course, the host of Business Connections with Anita, Anita Foster.
Thank you, Zach. Before the break, we were talking about some of the different programs and if you can switch and stuff. I was going to ask you, do folks always have to hit rock bottom before seeking services like you offer?
Oh, not at all. Sometimes physicians will recommend that they just try some lifestyle changes, particularly if they're pre-diabetic or they've got some hypertension going on or they've got some autoimmune problems. Inadvertently, I had a gal in one of my last challenges who found out she had lupus. Right in the middle of the challenge, and she had been dealing with all of these weight issues and energy issues for so long, and then she's been doing awesome. She lost like 17
because
pounds.
There's a name on it now.
Right.
What the problem is.
Yes. Yeah. No, she did fantastic, and she's been a low carber her whole life. So she's like, I didn't know I could eat quinoa and still. It was just really cool because I mean, how freeing to not have to give up an entire food group.
Right. Like people with allergies with peanuts, I don't understand.
Oh, I
would die.
Or
I love
lactose.
I love peanut butter.
Right?
Anything
Anything with peanuts. But so that can be frustrating too, and something to overcome when you're going through a program like you go on the detox, right?
Absolutely.
And you learn that cheese is your issue.
Oh man, well, dairy anyway. I'm not going to bash dairy, but it's an inflammatory food group. It's a processed food group. So a lot of times we leave that out till the very last phase, till you're able to maintain and you like how things are going and you just want to keep this going. Reintroduce dairy, but some people continue leaving it out.
I have a friend that I ran into when Mario we went to play pool one night, and she told me that she knocked out wheat, and wheat was causing a lot of problems with her inflammation.
Oh wow.
So I thought that was interesting.
It is interesting.
She's a little older than I am, and so for her knees not to hurt and stuff like that, because she does a lot of walking and everything. And
well, that's the thing with food intolerances. It takes a lot of patience to figure that out. And so we did this whole detox phase. There was a gal in there who was kind of chipping away at pounds every week, pound here, pound there, and then she said, I just noticed when I eat bananas, I don't quite feel right. I'm like, let's just leave them out for a few days. She lost 5 pounds.
Wow.
Like what? Like that was a serious intolerance. So now she knows.
There's no instruction guide here.
Right.
It's individual. It's up to your DNA, how you process, what your metabolism's set at. Some people can barely exercise, and some people have to really exercise.
Right. Well, and then if you're on your own and you're just finding diets in the news rack articles, then you're like, if that won't work for you, oh man, I'm a failure. This is so hard, and then you jump to another one, and then So find a coach, just find somebody, even for a month, just find somebody to help you navigate and give you some patience and give you some reassurance and let you know what you're doing is normal and help navigate some of those, just those little wonky things that you wouldn't even know otherwise. I mean, she's like 55 years old. That's a long time to have that intolerance that might have been holding her back for a little while. So it's just really cool.
Well,
just really cool.
Having a coach helps with accountability too. You know,
Yes.
somebody's more willing to stick with something if somebody's constantly checking on them.
Absolutely. Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Right?
Where are you at on your program? I can hear it already.
You and your Quest bars, Anita.
Hey, I've been kind of not very good lately, but you know, we've gone through a life change, having to move and stuff. So, but things are settling down, and we're getting back to somewhat of a normal, whatever that is. I used to be told by someone that that's a setting on a washing machine, and just forget that. Normal is a setting on a washing machine, and
Normal.
so
subjective.
I don't want to be normal.
No.
I want to be extraordinary. You know, I want to be
Absolutely.
extraordinary, and it's coming. I just keep telling myself every day, it's coming.
100%.
Now, what is the most common struggle people have with their fat? I mean, is it more of an emotional thing, you think? Especially with social media. We're finding this in teens. That impacts their life a lot.
Oh, gosh.
On how they look, what they're going through.
Well, I'm not going to bash social media or images, but it really seems that what you see on a picture has been retouched and airbrushed and shaded out and tanned and, you know, what have you. I mean, I have an image that I share with a lot of people that is all the same body, but it looks like 8 different women from a magazine. It's like, and it's the things you can do with editing.
Photoshop.
Oh my gosh. So please don't compare yourself. I mean, who said that a size 2 and 108 is normal? Like, there's your word again. Like, why are we striving for that? So I think that high performance, feeling amazing, sleeping awesome, fending off disease, fending off fatigue, performing at a high level every day and doing your absolute best, that's what we need to strive for.
Yeah. And it's great to have someone that's so positive behind us like you, Krista, to help us. And maybe I might contact you to get
So our challenge just started, but there's a small group of women who need to start next Monday. So we've kind of got a staggered challenge. So there's your in if anybody's out there who wants to do it.
Yep. And you said, do you have something special for our listeners or anything like that they can get in on?
If they do a monthly coaching program, I'm giving them 50% off of the monthly rate.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to make sure that's posted on my Business Connections page too, because people are working and they don't always get to see us live, and we really appreciate Facebook and YouTube for being on here with us. And who knows where this is going to go next? We're already reaching iTunes, and I'm on Stitcher as a podcast, and they keep sending me shows to put my show on.
Look
They
what you're
said because of
doing.
your listeners, you need to be on this one, and it's growing. So you can look forward to hearing from more folks. I know just on my stats on my website, I'm getting about 111 views in a day.
That's so awesome.
Which is pretty good for a small-time
That's
girl
great.
that isn't really. I mean, I push it on the radio, and I push it on Twitter. And here we are, we're growing and doing live interviews on location.
So cool.
And someday I'm going to have an RV and I'm going to go travel and I'm going to come see everybody. I am.
That's
I'm
so
going to
cool.
travel around and I'm going to help people.
Well, just like Christian said, that's what pays off. It's just keeping one foot in front of the other. I mean, one quarter is not a test run. You need to keep going. You need to keep going.
And I've been dreaming. I think I might have to go look at an RV because, I want a bus.
That would be so fun.
I don't want just a little RV.
I could see it now, like purple and yellow and happy colors.
And America Matters on one side and Business Connections on the other.
100%.
And do a show on the road.
That'd be
and I could
awesome.
do it around the radio show.
Then we could bring all the dogs from Rough Rider.
There you
all be out
go. They
there.
could all be out there, and we could get them all adopted. That's my goal for you, Christian, is to get all the dogs adopted, and I know I can help.
Yeah. Well, and that's our next step is we're working on getting vans put into place so we can pull more dogs at a time.
If you need a driver, hit me up.
You got it.
Seriously.
That's so cool. What a
I
cool
would do
thing.
it.
Look at all this matchmaking we're doing.
I know. See, business connections with Anita.
So
that's
cool.
what it's about. And even if it's not in Reno, Nevada, and it's in Warsaw, Indiana, I've even done it for other things because people know I know stuff. So I get, I got a text this morning, a message from my good friend Peggy Perry, and she's in Syracuse, Indiana. I used to do her nails. And she writes me and says, Anita, my nails are splitting, and I don't know what to do to help. So I go to Sally's website, and I look at the pictures, and I find exactly what she needs. And I connected with her this morning before coming here and getting on the air.
Wow.
And that's what I do, because they know I know. They don't want to ask another salon owner or a nail tech because why? They don't trust them.
Yeah.
Who do they trust? Because they know I know.
And you won't tell them they have to come in for a $150 repair.
And there you go. I would never do that. If anything, I've given more away than I've made. Honestly, sometimes in the industry, sometimes you have to do that.
That's that helping people is got to be the main goal always.
They say you can't outgive God, right?
Aw,
you can't outgive God, and that's what I think about. Last week we invited people, if they need prayer, to send me a personal message, and we'll get you some prayer. So if you're out there and you need some prayer, you just personal message me, and I'll make sure that we get you on the prayer list. I want to let you know that there is hope.
Super cool.
There is hope, and we have some. We're already booked almost. I have one show next week that I gotta fill, but we have all of our guests lined up for April. And we're looking into May.
What?
I have one show I can pile on a couple more people, which is on April 17th. If there's anybody in the listening area that would like to get on or further, we can have you call in. We can Skype with you. We can do some different things. You can contact me, Anita, at americamatters.us. And Zach, you did an awesome job, and you're going to be stepping it up a little bit more as we go along. And maybe next week I'll let you introduce the show. I'll let you do the opening comments.
Awesome.
He texted me last night. He says, Anita, do you have your notes? I'm like, I'm working on them right now. and then I got Christian's message late in the day. Yeah, so I was stressing out. And then he's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm sorry. What, 10 o'clock? I get to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, my.
Well, 9 a.m.'s early for you.
Right.
My Wednesdays start at 6:30.
Yeah, because you go to a meeting every
Yes.
week. And you're with Celtic Fish, real quick, give them a plug.
Yes, for all of your IT needs, you can reach out to us at Celtic Fish. We are a locally owned and operated Nevada company, veteran-owned as well.
Perfect. Facebook and YouTube, we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in from Business Connections with Anita. And I hope everybody has a great hump day. You are the best part of my week.